My name's Claire Hennings and I'm a Specialist Communication Assistant at Charlton Park Academy and lucky enough to work with CENMAC and do outreach work as well. When we first started, we were taking students out of classrooms and doing communication sessions with them that way. We soon realised that this wasn't working and we needed to move back into the classrooms because we were seeing amazing things the students were doing outside of the classroom, which wasn't being transferred into the classroom. Shortly afterwards, I was lucky enough to meet Abdi Omar, who very quickly became part of the school and has made a massive influence on both staff and students and their abilities. We now have 3 days when Abdi's working in school and he's working with so many different students. We've had lots of really brilliant examples of our students using their devices. One I think is the most powerful is when I met a student in the corridor who was upset and she was running down the corridor with staff running after her. And she saw me with my device, as I always have it over my shoulder, and she stopped in front of me, even though the staff were telling me to move out of the way, and she used my device to say what her problem was, and very, very quickly calmed down, got her message across. Since then, it made a massive impact on our senior lead staff and other staff members realising the benefit of having the device. One thing that's been really lovely in this project is that we've given devices to all students, so even students who wouldn't have considered being ready for using AAC have been given a device, and it's been so wonderful to see how they have surprised us and they're using them in independent ways to get their message across and to share how they're feeling. It's been really, really important for us to share with other people as well.
My name is Abdi Omar and I worked for CENMAC over 4 years. I worked a lot of students over 5 years. Since we start using Proloquo, for me it is one of the best AAC software out there because it is simple but very useful. Every week they get better with it. With help of Clara, I feel we are influencing the school to do better with their communication devices because their devices can be a life-changing tool. It helps to have someone like Catherine who is forward-thinking and she wants the best for the students. I am lucky to be a part of CENMAC. I love working with my students. Every session is unique.
It certainly is. We never know what Abdi's got planned for us. There's some sessions he says things and I just think, how on earth are my students going to do this? But he sets his aspirations for them really high and they always succeed.
I lose control.
We do, yeah, you do lose control, but it's one of our favourite sessions when that happens. The sessions are so organic and natural that we never quite know where they're going to end up or what's going to be spoken about.
They talk together and we love it.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the biggest things we've noticed, isn't it? How the communication within the sessions is becoming more of the students talking to each other. Yeah, it's really special.
I'm Emma. I'm a teacher at a special needs secondary school and I have a Key Stage 3 and 4, kind of a sensory classroom. So I first used Proloquo Classroom 3 years ago because I was part of the initial pilot project. My first impressions when I saw the app were, I was a little bit worried that it might be a bit too much for my students because I had a class of the most complex needs students, so students that might not necessarily have used power-based AAC, using choice boards and core word boards. So I thought initially maybe there's too many buttons on the device, but I kind of soon got over that. And what I really like about it is that there's so much vocabulary on it, particularly core words on the first the first page of the device. What I like most about using Proloquo in the classroom is that it saves me so much time and so much work, and everything I need is on the device. So I know that any vocabulary I need for my lesson is already on there, so it cuts down on my workload hugely. I'm no longer making resources, spending hours and hours making resources, because I know everything's on the device ready for me to use. It provides so many opportunities for spontaneous communication with my students. I think so this has given me the chance to get to know my students better, and also find out their get a better idea of their comprehension levels as well. What surprised me the most about using Proloquo Classroom is how students that we would never have really considered for power-based AAC have, after lots of perseverance, lots of modelling, have really taken to using the device, and just the surprising things that my students have used it for. Some examples are that when my students use my name for the first time, so all of my students are non-speaking, and the first time they said my name was really, really emotional, because I didn't know that they knew my name, so that was great. So lots of kind of social communication in the playground. So now one student in my class can tell me, I want to go fast on the roundabout, I want to go slow, I want to stop, I want the roundabout to be finished. One thing that's been really significant for me is hearing from my own class and from other colleagues that every young person's first word has been different. In my own experience, one of my students last year, their first word was Marmite. That was the thing he really wanted to tell me about, how much Marmite he wanted on his bagel.